all set, Val? All right. We have the September 2nd meeting of the Conservation Commission. Please stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being recorded tonight.
Thank you.
That's why I got dressed up, Chris. All right, so we'll start right out the first hearing. I'm sorry, Dave Mendes, RDA 225 Forge Road, construct single-family dwelling garage and regrading in the buffer zone and riverfront area. Anybody have Mr. Mendes?
Yeah.
All right. Are you the representative or are you Mr. Mendes?
I am the Mr. Mendes.
Oh, the only one and only. That's good. All right, come on up here and Chris, do you have a plan? If you have a plan, some magnets over there, and you can just give us an explanation of what you plan on doing, Mr. Mendes.
If we get it right side up, keep it upside down. That's the way the writing works.
Where is this? Forge.
It might be right after the river on the left is a setback way back. Garage back there.
So I've owned this property for 40 years or so. Last year I put a barn on it, a pole barn, a 40 by 60 pole barn, which is right here. It's not very large, I hope you can see it. I'm on Forge Road, the river, there's the dam across the street from me, and the river is the southern border of my property.
So you're the road right after the factory that goes back?
Yeah,
Okay.
right next to McCaskey. Matter of
Okay.
fact, I bought it from the elder guy that ran McCaskey's days.
All right, thank you.
So we put the barn last year right here, and I'd like to put the house. This is the first house on the property. The property says on the deed says 33 plus or minus acres. It's at least that big. Quite a bit of it is wooded. There's fields here, here, and here. When I first got it, they were growing corn there, but I've had it as pasture. We've grown a couple different things there. The Forge Road is up here. The driveway coming in here is right here. The barn, I don't know if it's 1,000 feet, a little bit more from the road. I have, I don't know, 400 or 500 feet on Forge Road, and then it's so small, but I have frontage on 177 also. I'm not fussing about that, but I'm going to come in from Forge Road. The driveway's existing, and I want to build a house close to the barn, just a little bit closer to the road.
All right, thank you. Chris?
Mr. Chairman, David Mendes, 225 Forge Road. This is a request for determination of applicability filed for Mr. Mendes by S&K Engineering. Report date is 8/25/2025. There is no file number required for this. The site visit was also on August 25th, 2025. Description of the work: the owner has filed to conduct some work within the outer portion of the 100-foot buffer zone. The property is located off Forge Road and is Mr. Mendes' it is mostly fields, as he mentioned. The applicant is constructing a well, grading, in a small section of the home and garage in the buffer zone. The corner of the garage and the home will be 85 feet. The well will be 70 feet, and approximate grading is 60 feet from the edge of that wetland resource area. The single-family home garage will disturb approximately 5,000 square feet of the buffer zone. I feel this is very minor in nature. As he indicated, this is right off the edge of the existing driveway. So there's very little earthwork that's required to construct this current dwelling. Recommendations to the board: the Westport Conservation Commission should approve the single-family home garage and well in the buffer zone with a negative box 3 determination for 225 Forge Road.
All right, thank you. You guys have any questions? Do you have any questions?
Do I? No.
Yeah. No, you're good? All right. Any questions in the audience? All right. Motion from somebody, if I could? Motion from Jake.
Second.
Second from Phil. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that's unanimous, so.
Is that easy?
Sometimes.
Easy is good. I'm not complaining.
You are free to
I
go.
mean like jail, but.
I will be mailing this document to you, but I know you've filed your foundation permit. I have already proceeded to check the box off for you to proceed.
Thanks.
All right?
Thank you guys.
Have a good night.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good night.
Henry Frisch, notice of intent, 46 Cape Bio Lane, construct garage in the buffer zone. Do we have green cards for this?
I hope
Oh, yeah, we got them in there. Okay.
they're in there already.
Yeah.
I think I took off.
Yeah.
Good evening, Matt Pike here on behalf of the applicants. I'm here with South Coast Engineering. Before the commission with a proposed order condition plans for the property located at 46 Cape Bio Lane. So 46 Cape Bio Lane, that's located at Assessors Map 83, lots 116 and 61E. The property is about 1,000 feet down Cape Bio Lane, which is about also 1,000 feet from the intersection of Main Road and Hotel Hill Road. Or Hotel Hill rather. Property contains approximately 4.4 acres. A portion of it is wet. The wetland line shown on the plan, flags 101 to 109. That would just, as part of this plan, and then this portion of the flag is from an old ORAD plan from 2021. So the purpose of this plan is to show the location of the proposed 28 by 12 garage and a minor gravel driveway widening. So the garage is here and just a minor widening right there. A compost filter tube is proposed, shown on the plan. The tube will be placed prior to any disturbance, will remain until all the disturbed areas are destabilized. And the existence of the grading of the lot will be maintained. There's no real changes in any of the grading with the proposed gravel driveway and garage will be placed. The closest disturbance to the wetlands, 5.4 feet. And with that, we'll turn it over to the commission.
So it's 5.4 feet from the wetlands?
This is the closest disturbance to the wetland.
The buffer zone or the actual wetland?
The actual wetland.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Chairman, members, Henry Frisch, 46 Cape Bio Lane. This is a notice of intent application filed by South Coast Engineering. The report date is August 26, 2025. There is a file number with no adverse comments. It's SE 802810. This site visit was also on August 26, 2025. Description of the work: the owner has filed a notice of intent to construct an unattached 28 by 12 garage. The work is proposed along the edge of the driveway and within 5.4 feet of the wetland edge. The wetland line was previously approved on an ORAD, as they mentioned, and the extension of that line is shown along the driveway. The driveway will be widened slightly to allow the garage and use of the drive to access the home. So they're basically just widening the driveway closer to that edge of wetland to allow the garage and slight passage to get to the home. Not necessarily for vehicle access, but for anyways getting deliveries and stuff to this home itself. The existing property constraints, again, make other locations not feasible. And this is the only access into the property. The driveway is farthest on the east side of the property that it can be in order to get around that wetland system. So there really is no other area that would allow the access for this driveway, or rather the garage itself. So I think this is, considering it's the best location. So I recommend the board for this recommendations. Westport Conservation Commission should approve the proposed 28 by 12 garage with standard conditions, with the driveway to remain gravel.
So what is, so the driveway that's there now, that's the existing driveway? How do they get to the house? They walk down the rest of the way, or does it go all the way to the house?
The driveway is just about right here.
Right about there, yep.
So wouldn't it, I mean, since the wetlands line is far away, wouldn't it make sense to put the garage down there?
Closer to this.
Yeah.
Well, there's the well, they have a well here, then there's a well pump house, and all on the side here is the septic tanks, so.
If they put the garage there, any future access because of the well and such will deter,
All right.
like getting, again, not delivery, but sometimes you get a fridge or something, getting it as close to the house as possible. And the Frisches have owned this property for 50 years. And
Okay.
recently did do an addition on the backside, but they have pretty much left the property, I could say, in its untouched setting. So I thought this was the best for the constraints they have with that narrow entrance.
All right. Anybody have any questions?
Is the gravel drive, is that porous?
Yes.
Okay, and so, and for the garage roof is runoff into the wetland, you think, or not?
It'll be an asphalt roof. It will cause a slight, increase in impervious area, but in total, the property, I didn't do a takeoff of it, but it's probably around 2%
Okay.
impervious, so it's a very small amount of area. The proposed garage itself, I think it's around 350 square feet in addition to what's already there.
Okay.
And to add to that, with infiltration in this location, this has a very high water table. I don't think they would function without taking groundwater themselves,
Okay.
so.
All right.
Any other questions? Any questions from the audience? All right, no more questions, a motion?
Motion approved.
Second.
That was Tom? Tom and Bert, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Thank you.
Jeff and Tracy Cornell, RDA 1782 Drift Road, construct trench for utilities to dock in the flood zone and V zone.
So I'm Ashley Sparks representing Jeff and Tracy Cornell.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not prepared with the full-size plan to put up here.
Uh-oh,
But I
you're in trouble now.
did submit a plan showing the proposed trench from the house to the existing dock.
Do you want to rent one from us?
I would like to.
All right, we lease them out, let's see. Is this, I guess this is a full size, I guess, this is it, right?
I thought I threw a full size one in, but I
All right,
didn't.
that's it.
That's all I found was,
That's what
the
I-
one she used was the 11x7.
Let's see. Get your binoculars out. All right,
So Ashley Sparks, I'm here for representing Jeff and Tracy Cornell. I am the general contractor for what we are building a new house on this lot. The dock was before my time, but when we did our electrical walkthrough, the electrician said, hey, should we be changing over to the dock for water and electric? We thought it made sense, so we're here asking for permission to do that.
all right.
Thank you, Ashley. Jeff and Tracy Cornell, just for the record, filed a notice of intent to remove a structure on the water. They relocated their new home 250 feet away from the river, so they've made some significant improvements to what was pre-existing on the site. In turn, they're looking to get this trench for utilities to the licensed dock. So Jeff and Tracy Cornell, 782 Drift Road. This is a request for determination of applicability. Report was dated 8/26/2025, with the site visit also on 8/26/2025. Description of the work: the owner has filed a request for determination to construct a trench to the existing licensed pier for utilities to service dock. The trench will be excavated 3 to 4 feet in depth, conduit placed, and the area immediately backfilled. The electrical lines will be pulled through after the trench installation. The disturbed areas will be seeded and stabilized. Erosion control shall remain along the edge of the river until the seed is growing. So if you're not familiar with electrical installation, it's very quick. It's dig the trench, place the conduit, bury it, and move on down the line, and then the electrician comes through. After that is backfilled at a later date and snakes those utilities. In this case, the water line will be laid at the same time and will be serviceable and tight in connections, but basically it's a very quick installation. So this trench is not expected to be open for a long period of time. So I recommend to the board, the Westport Conservation should approve the utility trench to the dock for Jeff and Tracy Cornell at 782 Drift Road with a negative box 2 determination. Most of this work is within the flood zone and with obviously the riverfront area.
All right. Questions or a motion? Seems pretty simple.
Something in the plans, the limits of CBRS area, what is that?
And on the plan,
On the plan, limits of CBRS area. Established 11/16/1990.
is that what she was on for something else?
It says it's Sean Leach's, thing that I drew on top of, that's what it's.
Oh,
for.
that's the coastal zone barrier resource area. Coastal barrier resource area is the CBRS.
All right. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
How old is that lot, Chris? It's 80 feet wide? That's all it is?
What's that?
80 feet wide.
It's an
and
80
about
feet wide?
1,600 feet long.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the old Harrah property, if you ever seen it. It had that long
It's 80
paved
foot
driveway.
frontage.
The two driveways were like side by side, and they
Yeah.
were separate properties, but they always looked like the same, and they paralleled each other.
I see, yeah, I just looked at the 80-foot frontage.
Correct.
Okay.
Again, these are very older
Yeah.
properties, Harrah property.
Motion to
quite
approve.
old.
Do we have- Second from, who was that?
Kevin.
Kevin, second from Kevin, that was Jake and Kevin. All in favor? Opposed? All right, that's unanimous. Thank you.
Thanks, Ed.
Continuances, Jenna Cermley, are we doing that one tonight?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I believe someone is here.
Jenna Cermley, notice of intent, Zero River Road, construct single-family dwelling with driveway, garage, and other site improvements in buffer zone and bordering vegetated wetlands. This is, so these are the original green cards, then, so.
Yeah, this is a continuance, sir, yes. which is something, yeah. Sir.
Whenever you're ready, start.
Yep, good evening, everyone. My name is Tyler Drew. I work for Bay Group. I am a representative on behalf of Jenna Cermley, the applicant, for construction of the single-family home off of River Road in Westport. The project was submitted back in, I believe, in January, and since DEP and the Commission both issued comments, which we addressed and revised the project accordingly. So that is the project that I'm going to present today. So the project is proposing to construct a single-family home off of River Road. So it includes a single-family home with a garage, a driveway, which connects to an existing shared driveway off of River Road. It also includes a terrace with a pool and a septic system, a well, and a detention basin. There's also some wetland replication areas. So in order to access the property, the project is proposing to construct a portion of the driveway through BBW. It was also later determined that there is an intermittent stream that crosses this area, so a culvert was added, a stream crossing was added as part of this driveway structure. So the driveway, the stream crossing, I should say, is designed to meet the Massachusetts stream crossing standards fully. Additionally, the wetland replication areas here and here, they're proposing 9,000 square feet of new BBW to offset the 4,200 square feet of permanent impacts to BBW here. Let's see. So the project was filed under the limited project provision under 1053-3E for the driveway crossing. And it's also seeking a waiver for work within the 25-foot no alteration zone for the driveway, obviously. The driveway, several alternatives were discussed as far as site access. It's a very challenging site because there's wetlands on all sides, and obviously the topography is very challenging. It's a very large hill. So it was determined that this was the most feasible option was to access from River Road at the least amount of impacts to BBW. Yeah, the driveway has been constructed to minimum width for emergency vehicle access requirements. And again, that was the alternative that was decided on that would be least impactful to access the site. Does anybody have any questions?
No, we'll let Chris read the report, and then we'll get some questions for you.
Thank you, Tyler. This is Jenna Cermley, River Road, Lot 26G. Again, it doesn't really have an address at this time. It's a notice of intent.
Chris, what is it near? I was just trying to look up the address on that JS map. Do you know? Is there another address nearby?
Get an address or...
It's right before the fork.
Before the fork? Okay.
It's right before the fork, right?
What is it?
Isn't it right before the fork?
No, it's
No?
south of the fork. I'd say 280.
Okay, I'm just looking at the GIS
260.
map. Okay.
I don't know what side the Edens are on, but it's on the, not the river side.
Okay.
It's right at the old hotel. on
Okay.
River Road.
Thank you.
This is a notice of intent filed by Northeast Engineers and Consultants, as well as the Beta Group, which Tyler represents. The report date is August 29th, 2025. The file number for this project is SE802783. The site visit was also on August 27th, 2025. Description of the work. The applicant has provided a revised plan to construct a driveway access crossing a bordering vegetated wetland. This site is located on a steep slope that will require design to not cause any adverse flooding to the abutting sites. The applicant has addressed the agent concerns with a box culvert installed at the intermittent stream crossing within the access. The box culvert has been designed to meet the 1.5 width ratio, which is the stream crossing standards. The driveway will alter 4,300 square feet of BVW. This will be replicated in 2 separate replication areas. This was another concern I had. They had this large replication, and I thought it would be better suited to smaller and come in with 2 areas, which this addresses. These 2 areas, again, will be up to a total of 9,000 square feet, which is in excess of 2 to 1, which is well above what the requirements of the regulations require, 1 to 1. A detailed cross-section is provided showing the existing elevation with finish elevations. They also have incorporated soil testing data to know what the actual water table elevation is within the sites. Plantings shown are native plants and all are acceptable as they have shown. The wetland replication areas address one concern for downslope flooding by placing a weir in the proposed outflow to slow any potential flow during the fall and spring seasons. These drainage basins, which they almost become on a slope, I felt that would be intercepting groundwater, may have at times the capacity to overflood. And when you get this, you'll get a ripping of a scouring effect down the slope. So I had asked in my initial comments for them to circumvent that by trying to maintain and lessen that wanting to peak and flow out in a deluge of water. So they have constructed weirs to try to minimize that heavy flow. And lost my place. Drainage calculations also provided show the design per their calculation will not increase runoff from pre-conditions to post-conditions for this proposed site construction. They have constructed this basin as well as diverting water in a manner that will lessen any downside impacts. The location of the single-family home has not changed, or the amount of the proposed site alteration for this extensive rear lawn, pool, and patio. As I mentioned, conditions of sites usually dictate the size of a home. This is a 5,000 square foot plus dwelling. I think for the conditions of this site and on a slope, I think the home is excessive, but that is something the applicant wants to propose. So I am only relaying that to you for the site's conditions itself. I previously suggest limiting the amount of site alteration in light of the difficult soil conditions. The site work is not maintaining on that westerly side of the house the 25-foot no activity, which the commission prefers. There is room to slide the home easterly and eliminate this grading in the 25 no activity area. A stormwater basin is designed and help site runoff. The water will enter the basin by 3 precast catch basins installed in strategic locations. The roof runoff should also be designed to be directed into the stormwater basin if it isn't already. And the plan is stamped by a PE, as I mentioned, but I still have reservations that this design will function under all circumstances. But for the design standards, they have met everything that is required. It's recommended, again, that on new construction, that they eliminate any work for the single-family home that extends into the 25-foot no activity area. I think this can easily be slid. I did ask them to consider moving things northerly, but again, if this house can be slid down slope just 15 feet. It may give them that setback that they need, but that's something the commission urges, especially with new construction. And the design is causing them to be close, not necessarily the wetland itself. So recommendations for the board, I didn't get the second page, but it was, I recommend a continuance. I am in favor of all things that they have made for the changes to date. I think they've addressed all my concerns, but I still believe that they have ability to eliminate any work in that 25-foot area associated with the house, not the associated driveway access or the wetland access. No, I'm only referring to that location there on the westerly side of the home. So I suggest we continue the hearing for 2 weeks if the applicant agrees.
Didn't you say you're out of the 25-foot in the house? Was it the only 25-foot incursion was the driveway?
The house is,
One location where there's grading proposed within the
Right.
25-foot and alteration zone.
Correct.
To the location of the house, I did just want to bring up, shifting the house to the north would put it within the 25-foot no alteration zone up here, and shifting it south, because it's on such a steep grade, it creates difficulties for the driveway. So that was why that was the location that was decided on. I will say in the no alteration zone here, all that's proposed is grading. The house itself won't be placed in that. I think it still provides about 15 feet between that and the boundary.
again, that's up to the commission, but I think you can move it. I mean, you keep saying you can't, but you're proposing an extremely large structure and say that that structure can't be eliminated in a small manner to accommodate. I find that hard to believe. They're creating a 250-foot rear yard that requires quite a amount of grading in order to accomplish that. So I don't see why things can't be slid proportionately to what the work associated with this project is. That's just my suggestion. If you feel you can't meet that, that's, I guess, something that you can discuss with the commission.
Can we point out that work zone we're talking about here? Is that right?
Right here,
Okay.
along the back of the garage, so.
Okay, so so what are we looking at? That's the back of a garage? What
Yes,
is it?
that's the back half. So the driveway comes up here from River Road.
Thank you.
Then there's also this turnaround. It's not my area of expertise, but for vehicle turnaround and that sort of thing, that's a requirement. So the buffer zone extends into this area that we're going to.
Any other questions?
Well, can you expand a little bit more about the difficulties that the construction difficulties? It's feasible, but it just, what is it about that so I guess there are two scenarios. One is that you would reduce the size of the house in the area. The other is if you don't want to do that, I think you were saying you could shift it, but there'd be more engineering challenges. Can you give us a little detail about what those would be and what the degree of infeasibility is?
Yeah. So as to the size of the house, I can't speak to that.
Yeah.
They would have to redesign that. My job is just the permitting side, but it's the like I said, the site is very challenging. It's a very steep slope, and so the driveway, that's one of the reasons it needs this snaking course up the hill. And in order to shift the house, you'd also need to shift the driveway, which puts it directly uphill. So I know that was one of the design challenges when planning this out. And like I said before, there's also no alteration zones, to consider on all sides of the proposed building.
Chris, didn't you just say shift the house down the hill, down the driveway?
I don't see why the 25-foot on the driveway side is, you're well away from it with your driveway. Go across right there. You go, again, I'm not gonna design this way, but like I said, it's a 55 to 6,000 square foot house with, you don't have to have a yard that big, so you could slide the house suddenly and you'd be 25 feet away. I don't see why you can't just slide this down. I mean, even if you get 5 feet, that's all you gotta do. You don't have to shrink anything, you gotta slide it. So if you got a grade, look how much grading you're doing in here now. What is that little amount of movement? I don't feel it affects your project in the dramatic sense that you're making it.
So what does he move, 10 feet, you said?
I would say, yeah, that would approximately, they're at 15, so no, yeah, 10 feet would give them, if they could get us something, it would be better than not saying you can't again. So I think there is the ability, a retaining wall, maybe. Again, I've been very critical of the site because I'm very concerned by it, and this is dramatically, the snake-like driveway has to be done so that you don't have a deluge of water going straight down the hill. It's a way designed to break up that flow, which most people with a long driveway understand. So I still, again, if the board feels it's fine, then you guys could come to a consideration tonight, and I could design and order conditions based for the project.
If I might, we also did discuss the possibility of doing some restoration on this, in this area after the grading is done, the building is built, doing some restoration in the no alteration zone. Like I said, the building will be located outside of it, so the area will be vegetated.
Our experience is people encroach within that area, no matter whether you claim it's gonna be something, the landscapers get in there, and the next thing you know, it's a maintained area. So if that was the case, we're gonna ask for something that's a permanent barrier that you can't go beyond, but obviously you don't want it right up against, I don't know what they're gonna do for the back of the garage. You still want access to the gutters and other use, so, again, that's just my concern. We'd like to see this, especially on new construction. You're designing a project that needs to meet that setback. I know you can't meet it for access to driveway, that's not what it's meant for. It's meant for the permanent use that continues to, again, our experience, there's always that encroachment. So it's just a way of us trying to protect the wetland as much as we can.
Any other questions? Okay.
And we're reliant on a weir system to make sure that the water does what it's supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's the best scenario for where the replications are going in that rear. They're kind of going in the finger of two wetland systems on either side. So it's just a measure to, they all at one time had it all in the upper section, and I thought it was too much, so they kind of broke it up.
Because this is all wetland.
This sounds like this is a property that you have to see to actually visualize it. I'm having trouble, like with all the elevation and.
Yeah, I know, it's just one giant hill all the way down to River Road.
Okay.
Yes, there is a slight flat to it, but then it climbs as you get to the house location.
Even if the house is smaller, you have the same exact concerns about the property.
The property has a perch water table at about 12 to 18 inches, so water boils out of this hill when it rains. So it's not that what they're doing, it's what's happening around them and above them. So they're collecting, this site takes all the water from Old Harbor Road, and now they're building an obstruction in the middle of that. So now they're pushing the water left and right of that development in order to save their structure. So before, there would be seeps and stuff. So when we got real heavy rain, that wetland may flow out of it and downslope. And so again, it didn't qualify as wetland, but this is a very tricky area.
So I have just a process question, which is that, so one is that you would agree to continuance and go back and, speak to the appropriate people about this. And the question is whether or not we could approve this with the condition that the 25-foot setback would be established, and we wouldn't really care, and that they would have to submit a final plan consistent with that before. And then I guess it could be up to them, if they don't like the order that we issued, to decide whether or not they wanted to appeal the order.
That is correct.
And it seems, I'm suggesting it because I think, maybe that's that if the consensus is that we want the that we want the setback, but we're not really prepared to decide exactly what it is that has to happen. We could leave that decision to the applicant, but make it clear that no alterations can occur until a plan, either until a plan was submitted that complied with that condition, or the applicant was, chose to appeal it, in which case that would run its own course. So what it's not clear to me is that the formality of the policy that we have.
It's a policy, correct?
It's a policy.
It's not a bylaw.
Right,
It's,
right.
it's a recommendation
Right.
with the new construction
Right.
having that,
Right.
in my opinion, the ability to design to try to meet
Right.
that
So,
respectfully.
Yeah, so I make that proposal without fully understanding how it would play out in the event that there was an appeal, just to say that.
Understood. So if the board wishes to close the hearing and make vote with the condition that you have mentioned, as well as.
Either that or we just have to deny it if we're that committed. I mean, the
Well,
third
Right,
is we just
but
deny it.
I don't think in that case it would trigger a denial, because they have met
Right, right.
the majority of
I
our
agree, I agree.
concerns. This,
I
I don't
agree.
mean to be petty by this
No,
small.
I agree.
But
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
feel with.
Let me put it to the engineer. Would you prefer to take have us issue an order saying you can't go within 25 feet, and then you figure out where the house is gonna move forward 10 feet, or to the side 10 feet, however you're gonna do it, and then come back to Chris and present the plan showing that? Or do you just want a continuance, so you can come back in 2 weeks and present a plan, or you can take a denial and appeal it?
I think,
It doesn't sound like there's gonna be support to pass with the 25-foot incursion. That's my feeling by listening to the members.
And my concern is you have a 15-acre lot, and we're dealing with 5 feet. There's a lot of land there I think we can make use of if we're arguing over 5 feet. It's 15 acres.
So I'll leave it up to
Probably a
you.
better spot to go.
So the best route would be a continuance to try to figure this out?
Well, that or they could just take it, like Phil said, you can approve it with no incursion into no activity zone, and then they could present a plan to Chris that meets that. And then that way they don't have to come back to another hearing and pay another fee.
I mean, it wouldn't, I guess I'd say, it wouldn't preclude them. So the advantage of the conditional one is that, so a decision is made, I guess it wouldn't prevent you from coming back and really making a clear case as to why it is infeasible to do that. And I think that the response that you're getting here about it is that you haven't made a case that it's not feasible to do it. That, I don't mean to say, maybe it is infeasible, but based on the information that we're getting now, it's very hard for the commission to decide it's not feasible, which leads me to think that, the condition is a progress, you've got an order, then only if you really are prepared to come back and make a very convincing case that it is infeasible, then you've got a solution. You can walk away with it, with a solution.
It's 10 feet. I mean, I think,
Your septic line's going through there too, isn't it?
where, through,
To get to the back.
yeah, I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then maybe continue to be the best.
Okay.
Best idea, yeah, that way we can discuss with the applicant.
All right.
So ultimately,
yeah, I would imagine they can move the house forward 10 feet. I mean, that would probably be the easiest thing. And maybe you get better support from the members at that point. All right, so motion to continue for 2 weeks?
Oh, I don't know if the applicant is prepared to do that, otherwise I would.
No, that's what he just asked
Said
for.
he was.
He just asked for it.
Great.
All right, do we have a second? Okay, who said that? Tom? Kevin, who said that?
I cited.
All right,
Phil and Tom.
Phil and Tom.
Either.
Phil and Tom. All in favor? Opposed? All right, so 2 weeks you can come back and hopefully we can figure this out for you. All right, but thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, next we have certificate of compliance for Peter Petrazik, SE 80-2030, 34 David Road.
Peter Petrazik, this is an old order that's been on record. It must be the week that people finding them, because we got a few. So this is Peter Petrazik, 34 David Road, certificate of compliance requested for file number SE 802030. The report date is August 26, 2025. Site visit was also on August 26, 2025. The owner had filed for a certificate of compliance for an old order condition still recorded at the registry. The work was completed on the dock and seawall many years ago when he had it licensed. All work appears to have met the plan of record for the project, seeing that it took place 12 years ago. So recommendations for the board, the Westport Conservation should issue a certificate of compliance for file number SE 802030, Peter Petrazik, 34 David Road, as all work has been completed according to the plan of record.
Motion approved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That passes. All right, next we have Sydney Sunheimer.
Sidney Sunenheimer.
Sunheimer, yeah, SE 80-2601, 135K Cadman's Neck Road.
This is again a request for a certificate of compliance for file number SE 802601. Mr. Sunenheimer demolished a previous existing structure that was on an adjacent small lot and converted it into a new ADU that was constructed in its place. All work has been completed according to the plan of record. And again, this is now about 6-8 years old. All disturbed areas are stabilized. Recommendations for the board, the Westport Conservation Commission should issue a certificate of compliance, file number SE 802601, as all work has been completed according to the plan of record. Sydney.
All right, we have a motion?
Motion approved.
Second.
It's Jake and Tom. All in favor? Opposed? All right, it's unanimous. The next one is going to be Matt Doyle, SE 80-2011-2028 Main Road. I'm going to abstain from this, and Jake's going to just take care of it.
Mr. Chairman, Matt Doyle, 2028 Main Road. This is certificate of compliance. Engineer of record was SciTech. This is for file number SE 802111. August 26, 2025 is the date of the report. The owner is in the process of selling the property at 2028 Millen Road, and the outstanding order of conditions was located during the title search. The work was completed back in 2014 to 2016 to replace the previous stock with a new design. This has subsequently been licensed, and all work is completed according to that plan of record. So recommendations to the board to clear the title of the property and remove the blemish. The Westport Conservation Commission should issue a full certificate of compliance for file number SE 802111 for Matt Doyle, 2028 Main Road, as all work has been completed according to the plan of record. That is all.
Thanks, Chris. Do we have a motion?
Second.
All right, someone can make a motion.
Oh, make a motion approved.
Second.
There's Kevin and Tom, all in favor? Opposed?
I'm
It's unanimous,
abstaining.
man.
All right.
Thank you.
Next, that's it for hearings, so we're going to go over some bills. New purchase order system, huh? This is high tech. All right, postage.
Sign all those again, 'cause you signed them, but when it was put into the computer, it gave out numbers that they didn't want it, so we gotta sign it all over again.
That was from the last meeting, which is.
Yeah, so last meeting, Mr.
Oh, so
Chairman,
we already voted
correct.
on this.
So
We
we
already-
did, yes. So this is just a request for new signatures for a revised
All right.
purchase order with the correct ending number of 01, 02, 03, 04,
I don't-
05.
I don't think they trusted
And
Jason's
06.
Jason's signature.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Motion to approve,
I think you just signed
just sign
For the record, it's,
I'll second.
And I never see anything on here with my name on it. I mean, it's amazing. Never any payments to me. I see, you know, Jake's here, everybody's here but me. I'm just kidding.
well, you can get on another board, Mr. Chairman,
Oh,
that's
no.
elected.
No, I don't want to take Phil's, I don't want to compete with Phil.
I think it's profitable.
You should run on my ticket.
No, I'm good.
You got two members here that
have-
do very well.
I don't have enough time. All right, so we do have one bill for East Bay Media for $184.50 that needs to be paid. This is for advertising.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Jake, Phil, all in favor? Opposed? All right, that's unanimous. And then we have minutes. Present, myself, Jason, Phil, Burton, Chris Capone, absent were Tom, Kevin, and Jake. Unbelievable. The one night
It's Jason.
Jason messed us up. The one night that Tom actually shows up and we have nothing for
You
him.
will not be here at the next meeting.
What?
Yeah, you won't be here, Jason.
I have nothing for you tonight, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Does anybody else have anything they want to discuss? Complain about?
We don't have enough time for that.
All right, and if not, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
All right.
Second.
Phil, Jake, all in favor? Opposed? That's unanimous. Thank you very much.
I need your thinking caps at the next meeting, because we're gonna have another challenging one, so.
Who's that?
Everybody
Hold
with
on.
money has challenges.
Mics are off? All right.
Everything's challenging.
So what hearing's out?
The Pineville Road one, the delineation we did,
We're
and
talking about this 25-foot setback, I couldn't help but thinking that earlier in the evening, we approved 5.4 feet. That's a hell of a lot different than 25.
but that was repair. Oh, I see what you're saying, it was on
There's
the,
no building
but
garage.
I understand what you're saying, that was for a new garage, right. So I do agree with you, but that's a pre-existing lot of record that has existing established use. This lot is brand new.